All right, let's return to the story on nuclear power. So we've got revelations today that the 7 sites have been selected, albeit not revealed yet, by the coalition. Joining me live is Shadow Home Affairs and Cybersecurity Minister James Paterson. For more on this and a few other issues, thanks for your time. It looks like 5 Nats and 2 Libs seats. Is this sort of you recognising that you need to do it in your own backyard?
Good morning, Tom. Look, I wouldn't leap too excitedly at this story today. I'm not sure all the details in it are in fact accurate, but there will be an announcement. It'll be well before the election, and we will nominate the sites that we intend to be future sites of zero emissions nuclear energy. And we're putting that burden on ourselves because we're going to be upfront about with the Australian people. We don't think that Labor can manage the transition to net zero by 2050 without completely deindustrialising our country. And we do believe that nuclear energy, as a stable, reliable zero emission source of energy, is essential to making that transition work. So we will nominate those sites. The communities will know, and they will have a very important part in the process.
Okay. All right, well, we want to get the truth out there. What do you want to clarify or hose down out of what's been out there today?
It's a fair try, Tom, but obviously I'm not going to preempt an announcement by the coalition. When it is ready to be made, it will be made.
You can just correct
We're doing this in a very careful and methodical... I think if we start doing that, Tom, you know where that will lead. We're doing this in a very careful and methodical and considered way, and we will be announcing the full details in good time, well before the election.
Okay, and other interesting figures out there today are on immigration, in particular relating to international students. So the group of 8 in particular, 32% up on the number of international students. That's compared to the last pre-COVID year. Now, do you see this as just a bit of an outlier because we had a so-called catch-up year, or does this suggest to you this is an area, if you want to reduce net overseas migration, it's never easy, you want to keep skilled workers coming in, this is the area you'd look to reduce numbers in?
Well, there's been a massive and unprecedented surge in international student visas granted in the last 2 years under this government. It is not sustainable, and it has to return to more normal levels, the kind of levels that we saw in our country in the lead up to the pandemic. That is sustainable, that allows universities to earn significant international export income, but is more achievable and has less adverse effects on the housing market and other services and infrastructure. And so we will bring that back down. We've said very clearly that there are 2 important measures to do that. One is there is going to need to be a cap on international students. And secondly, the student visa application charge currently doesn't reflect the cost to society of someone coming here and living in our community. The Grattan Institute and others have nominated some figures. We'll consult with the higher education sector to make sure that the number that we come up with is something that is proportionate to the task that we've got.